special day in the sense that there will be 30 minutes room for questions and answers, because I know there will be questions that might arise. So there will be room for that time. Today we are talking about a particular topic, very interesting one for that matter, which is sex. Whenever this guy is mentioned, several people shy away from it. But if you look at our environment, almost everything that happens around us can be traced to this guy. Am I lying? The music we listen to, the movies we watch, just mention it, our environment everywhere. There is no day you wake up and you not hear news of somebody raping somebody, or another person, a little girl. Just of recent, it's not last week that a 10-year-old girl sex tape was trending online. How many of you heard of it? 10-year-old girl. Me, I watched it too. I saw it. How many of you watched it too? What happened? They went for vacation. Is it vacation or competition? Some people say it's competition, some people say it's vacation to Dubai. And before we discover, something led to the other, and they were having sex. And the other guy took phone and he was recording them. That is how, before we discover, everything went viral. And everybody was like this and that. 8-year-old girl, little girl, and sex tape is trending online now. So, to me, I feel the mother was talking. And she was like, the girl was raped, and this and that, but people are so terrible. They went to go and trace the history of the girl. They discovered that she was unlikely. How many of you know like this application? It's just like TikTok, short video application. Like, if you see her account unlikely, the video she was posting there and everything, it was like, this girl can't be. She was putting on waist beads and 10-year-old girl. So to me, I trace that back to lack of sex education. That we are going to lay a foundation of it and a continuation later on today. So let me ask this, my first question. Can anybody tell me what he or she understands about the word sex? If you hear the word sex, what first comes to your mind? Sex. People are smiling, are laughing, cooler. Yes, that's good.
Sex means, like, for example, she's a girl.
Okay.
Yes.
You free to talk. Go ahead.
When the girl together,
Finish.
sex means having fun.
Having fun. Okay. What do you understand about sex?
Sex is the process when a man and a woman come together in the process of fertilization to
produce an offspring. Alright. What do you understand by the word sex?
So sex is just intercourse between two people. Man and woman,
Yeah, exactly. People are saying a boy and a girl, a man and a woman, a boy and a girl. Do you have something to say? Caleb? Okay. It doesn't necessarily mean a boy and a girl. A boy and a boy can have sex together. A girl and a girl can have sex together. On 2 occasions where I was in secondary school, I caught 2 boys having sex together differently. Where I attended a boarding school, we were only boys. 2 times. No, in fact, it's not something that somebody told me. You're having sex. In fact, we know how many of us attended a boarding school here? In boarding schools normally we do have a 2-layer bunk up and down. So I was sleeping up, 2 of them were down. So the once I discovered that The bug was shaking. What's happening? So that first time, that was my first time. So I was like, okay, maybe you shall have something, you shall went. But the second time, I was like, I must know what is happening. So I now peed, I now drew my bed. Oh, and I saw them. So immediately I saw them, I now came back and I walked out. And guess what? This guy, he was an FCS escort. You are shocked, right? So you should. You should not be. Let's be calm. You should not be surprised that even in church, even amidst us here, I will not be surprised to know or see people that maybe peradventure they might have had sex not once, 2 or 3 times. It is possible. In church, it is possible. So there's nothing special, so special about the word sex. In fact, there's nothing in there any longer because anywhere you go, people are always mentioning it. Go and watch all these celebrities, their movies, their music movies and all. Even in schools, these things happen in schools, like everywhere on the streets. Like it's just so everywhere. People are having sex with animals. Yes. What is it called? Sex, human with animal having sex. There's a name it is called. Who knows it? It is called bestiality. A human being and an animal having sex. It is called bestiality. In advanced countries, like some of these European countries, people pay. You take your dog, maybe a dog or an animal, you go and pay. You have commercial sex workers that you will have sex with them. So things like this are happening. But if you just sit down here in the church and maybe me I'm holy, I don't want to hear the word sex, I don't want to know anything about it. And these things are happening and gradually they are coming to us. In church, we do hear of, it's not a few years ago, I heard of a story of a Catholic bishop or so, a Catholic priest that impregnated a sister. That's in church. So it is happening. In fact, it is right at the doorstep, knocking on our door. Go, I want to come in. So it is happening like this everywhere, but if you feel shy about it, then it will affect us. We keep shying away from this stuff, sex, this and that. But if I may ask, when last did they teach you about sex education in school? There's one. That is like how many years ago? Primary 5. Primary 6. And you are in SS class now. Just imagine how many years now? Okay, that is school. Let's come back to our church. When last did they teach you about sex education in church? Today. It's a church, obviously. Alright, that is another side of it. Okay, now in our families at home, when last has your mom or dad called you and sat you down and teach you about
It is when this video is going around and the parents started.
That's true. But you know that as far as your child has started talking, like in fact less than 1 year, the child will start talking and will start learning how to pronounce words. That is the right time for you to start teaching that child. People molest 3-month-old babies, 6-month-old babies. Yeah, people molest them. Sexuality. I heard a story of a man that raped a 3-year-old girl. 3-year-old girl. These things are happening. But studies have actually shown that people who have a very good sexual education are very hard and difficult to molest or rape. Because you know that this child knows what this thing is about. So if I should get temper with this child, he or she is going to report me to the mom or the dad that mommy or daddy or so person touch my private part. We call it private part. But you know that there is nothing like private part. What is your private part? There is nothing like private part. It is a penis or a penis. Oh, he touched my penis. He touched my vagina. He touched my breast. He touched my bum, my penis. So see, please let's listen.
No way, come
Let's be calm. So these things are things that you should not shy away from. Okay, wait. Who should I call? Bronte. Let me ask you a question. It's a simple question actually. Why is it that you don't feel shy when you want to call your hand? Like this is my hand. Why is it that you don't feel shy?
It's a public part.
Sex is a public part.
Because
Okay, wait. Yes, why is it that you don't feel shy calling your back? Is your back to public part? No. It's not public. And why is it that you don't feel shy calling your back?
Because only that see.
because
See.
Alright. We've got to think that saying words like that are more
But do you know that it is because of the environment we grew up in? I have a very like 30 minutes video on my phone of a little child that was being interviewed. The way this child was talking, I think she's that 3 or 4 years, I can't really remember. But she was outspoken. Like you know that I can't just deal with this child because she knows what she's talking about. She was outspoken. She was like the way she was talking to the man. How many of you know Steve Harvey? Steve Harvey, you know him. He was the one interviewing the little child, and he was like, "Do you have a boyfriend?" Yeah, that one is even another one. That one is another one. I posted that one too of a little girl too. The woman was interviewing the girl, and she asked him, "Do you have a boyfriend?" She said no. That she actually said she's married, but she's married. She was like, how come at that age you were married and divorced? So she was like, they just went to the garden, they exchanged vows, and they went to their parents and told them that they are married.
She was married at the age of 4.
So these are things happening. But okay, we are saying that this is Nigeria, but do you know that those people are our role model? We are looking up to them. Before you discover now, these things we have, and they are already in Nigeria here. In Nigeria, things like that are happening. Go to Lagos, go to Abuja, you see things like this happening, and we are not addressing it, and you just be like, what the hell are these people talking about? But today, I really hope that we understand a lot of things that will help us. God will help us. God will help us. I'm going to lay a foundation today, and we are going to continue about this topic in our next class. Today we are going to talk about sexuality, understanding yourself, how your body works as a boy, as a girl, how your system works. You know, when you were giving birth to and you were growing up, when your mom gave birth to you and you were growing up, you discovered that when you were like, let's say from 6 years down, you can play naked, run on the streets, wear pants, do everything, bathe outside. But immediately you started reaching your maturity stage, like at the age of 6, 7, 8, you discover that you started becoming conscious of yourself. Because my breasts are already coming off. That means I'm a girl. For the guys, it's not that your chest is getting broader, your penis is getting big. Yeah, it's not like your penis is getting big. I mean, you're having a thick voice, a thick romantic voice that attracts the opposite sex. And you don't discover that. Please let's be calm and listen. Do you know the way these things work? Do you know how your body? Is it because you spoke to yourself that my breast start growing, that it started growing? No. Why was it so? These are the things that we need to understand. Do you know the reason why your body changes? Like the first day you have menstruation. Do you really understand what's happened to you that day? You know, some people will be like, your first menstruation. Some people, ladies, they walk up to their mom and their mom will be like, you dare not try it. Don't go near, don't allow any boy touch you. Like the boy touch you, are going to get pregnant. So what is really the essence of you not allowing a boy to touch you? You see physical touch like this, then you get pregnant. Yes. But it's not really make us understand this. They don't explain it to us. They have vision rule. Some people will be like, they will just go out and be like, my mom said you should not touch me, like nobody should touch me. So don't touch me, I will get pregnant. It's not that touch. It is not that touch. There is something in our body called hormones. How many of you have heard of that word before? Hormones. Hormones. So who can tell me what hormones is? A hormone is? Okay.
So they are like chemical should I say liquids that are produced in one part of the body and then exactly affects another part.
Okay. Who else have an idea? Who else have an idea on what hormones are? Let me write this on the board. So this guy is actually responsible for every change that occur in the body, every sexual change that occur in the body. You know, there's lots of people say sexual parts or private parts, stuff like that. So things like, let's say the breast, the penis, the vagina.
I don't know how to you know.
It is.
I don't understand.
These are some of the sex organs that we have in our body. So this guy is responsible for every action that happens to this place. Everything mentioned here and more. You have the urge of having sex. You see a girl, for the guys, you see a girl that is covered, that has big this and that, and your body is moved. It is the action of this guy. For girls, you see a guy that is handsome, that beard guns. Your body is moved and your desire is like, I wish I have sex with this guy. In your mind, this is the guy responsible for everything that happens, every sexual action that happens in our body. So the changes that occur in your body, everything, they are caused by this guy. There are some people, I remember when I was growing up, in fact, it's actually orientation. Anytime I have the urge of having sex, I will go and be praying. Sometimes I will even fast and be praying that God should please forgive me that I have sinned. It is not like that too. Like in fact, if you feel the urge of having sex, it shows that you are healthy, like you are a normal human being, you are good to go. You understand what I'm talking about? If you are here and you never felt the urge of having sex and you are above 9 years, That means, tell your mom to take you to the hospital. You understand what I'm talking about? So there are things that happen in our body. Our sexuality refers to the characteristics, features, and expression of a person as a male or female in relation to the structure and function of the entire reproductive system. Understanding yourself, how your reproductive system works. That is your sexuality. So it is very important factor in a relationship. I will skip that now because I don't expect any of us to be in a relationship now. Is there anyone in a relationship here?
Yes.
I'm not talking about your family relationship. Like a relationship that you are ready to get married. You can see let's be free now. Let's be free to talk. Let's be free to talk. So, who is the one?
Somebody just said something in this class right now. She said that when is the right time to enter a relationship? I said when you are ready to get married. Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. We are not saying why you just go on. Nobody say. Like, just feel free to talk. Feel free to talk. Like, no, just feel free to talk. Like, Let me answer your question. When is the right time for you to get into a relationship, right? Alright. Okay. Let me tell you something. This is a religious setting, to be precise. So I don't expect anybody here having the mind of going to a relationship for fun.
Expect what? Why are you looking at me?
Like,
I don't think anybody here has the same mind.
Yeah, that's why I'm laying emphasis that this is a religious gathering, and I don't expect anybody here having the desire of going to any relationship for fun. Like, me as I am now, I have several. I don't even know how many female friends. Like, there are many. Female friends, like that. People we keep good relationship with. Like, we can talk, we can like have a joke, do everything together. But I know that I'm relating with this person with a pure mind. Like, I don't have intention of just using you and dumping you, having sex with you, or doing anything, you know. So that is what I'm talking about. When is it the right time for you to go into a relationship? Obviously, when you are ready for marriage. And when are you ready to get married? There are factors to consider. You are in school and you are saying you are in a relationship. Do you know the commitment that comes with relationship?
All people that are married and still have a PhD and master's work.
They are already married. They were ready for marriage. They went to a relationship and they got married.
But they are still in school.
Obviously. No, you don't understand what I'm talking about. When you are in school, if you feel, as you are now, if you feel you are capable of coping with your school and you can get married or you can go into a relationship, fine. But there are some people, I'm telling you from experience, there are some people that if you really want to go into a good relationship, it will take your time, it will take your resources, it will take like valuable things. You don't understand what I'm talking about. Except maybe if you want to, like, are you going to a relationship with a guy and you don't expect him to talk to you in a week, 1 or 2?
One every day.
Like, their expectations, like, we want to be talking every day. And I don't know how many of you have experienced, like, when you are talking to somebody you love or you have feelings for, like, you want that conversation to flow, you don't want it to end. You see? So just imagine that you are having WAEC. Just imagine that you are having WAEC or you are writing junior WAEC for 1 month. And you spend minimum of 2 hours every day. You are writing exam or WAEC or junior WAEC and you spend minimum of 2 hours every day talking to your boyfriend or girlfriend. So, you understand what I'm talking about now? So, if you feel you are emotionally capable of handling a relationship while you are a student, good. But I'm not talking about, see, primary school, junior secondary school. There is no reason for you to have or to be in a relationship at that stage. If I'm in primary school or in junior secondary school, at least SS2 and 3 now. I understand the fact that we have mature people now in SS2 and 3. If you feel you are emotionally mature enough to handle a relationship, go ahead. Okay? What is the reason of you going to a relationship? Are you here and you are looking for a boy to be spending money on you? If that's the reason for you going to a relationship, go and look for work and hustle more. But let me continue. We'll come to that later. Okay, so now there are some of the developmental changes that occur in boys and girls during puberty stage. What is your puberty stage? Puberty stage is a stage whereby you are changing from your childhood to adulthood. And there are some changes that occur in your body that they are listed here that we are going to talk about now. In boys, let's look at the boys first. Number 1, we have voice become deep. You have a very deep voice, like that deep voice that will be sounding like Malchita. It shows that you are gradually becoming a man. You start having deep voice. Number 2, your pubic region will start having hair. Your armpits. Your hair like my own. And your pubic region around your penis, you start having hair there. So that's when you be like, I'm becoming a man. So you'll be happy. It's always a happy moment for everybody. I was happy. So for the guys, you also witness wet dreams. I'm not about what is wet dreams. Wet dreams. You know what is wet dreams?
Yes.
Who will tell us? Someone should tell us. Who will tell us? I want a guy to say it. I don't know. How will you tell me I don't know what is wet dreams? Wet dreams. Stand up and tell us what is wet dreams. What do you understand about what is wet dreams? Stand up and tell us now. Don't be shy. What do you understand by wet dreams? Stand up and tell us. Are you shy? Tell us. Just explain. The way you understand, just explain. Anyhow. Don't be shy.
You want people say?
Or are you shy? Let's listen to him.
Every is when you sleep, and then when you wake up, you found out that your sperm are on your shirt and you're a boxer.
Yeah, so that is wet dreams. For a guy, you wake up and you discover that come on my nigga. So that is wet dreams. It's not that you actually release sperm. You have been released sperm in your shorts. So that's waiting. It happens to us. It's natural. Not that you have sex. So people believe that having wet dreams means you are having sex with demons or evil spirits. It's a lie. It's a lie. Yeah, natural things that happen to our body. It really shows that we are healthy and our body is functioning well. So the next step is for the guys, you discover that you have intense sexual urge. And anxiety, you'll be feeling anxiety, like you have intense this type of sexual, like you see a girl and you just sometimes you see a girl and you just want to like just grab this girl and have sex with her. So for people who lack the spirit of God in them and cannot control themselves, that's why it's called that some people will be raping girls up and down, they'll be raping infants. Some people will be raping their sisters. It's because of this sexual urge, they can't control themselves. That is why you really need the help of God to control your sexual urge. How is you are hearing me now? Or you don't understand what I'm talking about here?
You understand?
If I've never witnessed any sexual urge in your life before, I will raise up your hand, let me see. I've never heard the word of having sex with a guy or a girl in my life. Raise up your hand, let me see. Even what do you say? It's irritating. How is it See, let me address what she said. She said it is irritating. Sex is not irritating. Sex is beautiful. Yes. Let me ask you a question. After God created man, what did he looked at man and said, behold, man was what? Everything that he created was beautiful. God actually created sex for couples to enjoy in marriage. So if you have the mind that sex is going to be painful, sex is going to be irritating, sex is going to be this and that, sex is actually good. So you have something to say. Go ahead. Say it, don't be shy.
Sorry. People used to say that on your wedding the night of your wedding,
Your wedding
where your husband is that's going to be painful.
You don't do. It's a good question. It's a good question. It's a good question actually. But I'm going to answer that question when we are done with our. Let me start here so that.